Hey guys, welcome back to my Matlab GUI video tutorial series. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to actually connect your GUI to Matlab code. But before I do that, I'm going to show you how to reopen a closed GUI and guide. So to do that, we go back to this Home tab, go to New, Graphical User Interface. Instead of Create New GUI, we go to Open Existing, choose the GUI that we want, open that, and that'll open this again in guide. And we can run it again, and we have the same GUI. So as you can see, these buttons don't actually do anything right now, and we want to actually make them do something. So let's say we want the text of this button to be set to the text inside of this box. So if I push this button now, it'd be set to edit me. So to do that, we need to use what are called callback functions. And a callback function is the function that's associated with a certain event. So the callback function for this button would be executed when I actually press the button. To find the callback function, you can either look through here, I actually have it right here, and find push button 1 callback, or you can go to your guide, view callbacks, and callback function, and that'll take you to the same place. So when I press this button, this function is executed. So we're going to want to put all of our code under this line right here. The first button, or the first line you want to have in here, though, which is not intuitive at all, is handles equals GUI data H object. This accesses the handles struct, which basically organizes all the information inside of this M file and kind of communicates it back and forth, and corresponds to the data that's actually stored in the GUI currently. So once we have this, we can use the get command. So we'll make a variable, edit text, use the get function, handles.edit1. This handles.edit1 corresponds to this edit text. So the way you can think of a handle is that if you want to pick up one of these elements, you have to pick it up by its handle. And so to find the handle name, edit.1 in this case, we go to the property inspector, and it's under the tagline. As you can see here, edit.1. And we can change that if we wanted to, move it around and such, just like we can with any other property. So once we know that, handles.edit1, we want the text inside of this box. And if we go back to the property inspector, we can see that the text in the box is stored inside the string parameter. So we want to access string. Okay, so when I press this button, now it'll set this edit text to whatever is inside the box. So to actually change the button, though, we have to use the set function. Handles.pushButton1, which, just to show you guys again, corresponds to the tag for this push button 1. And that's also pretty much like what the push button is called inside the Matlab code. So once we have that, we want to set the string property, and we want to set it to edit text. Okay, so this code should work, except we're missing one last line, and it's kind of like the beginning line, except it re-updates everything. GUI data H object handles and parentheses. And so this will re-update the handles struct and store it back inside this H object, which you don't really need to concern yourself with at this point. You don't really need to understand how all these things connect to be able to do this stuff. Just remember that you need to have these two lines at the bottom and top of your callback function. Otherwise, you're going to run into errors, and it's not going to work sometimes. Okay, so now that we have our callback function set up, we can go over to the editor. Close this first with these things. We can run this, and that'll open our GUI. And now, if we push this, it should be set to the text here. So push this, and it works. So say we want to set it to button something like that. Click this, and it's set there. So these callback functions, callback functions, get and set are all really important in creating GUIs because they allow you to connect things, um, and actually do things on when certain things happen. Um, like for instance, some objects might have like a mouse over event, which will activate a function when your mouse moves over it, or a right click event, or something like that. But they all do the same thing and they correspond to functions inside of this M file.